Well, the weekend has begun, but unfortunately, things did not go according to plan for me. As you know, because it's a Saturday, we normally have AEW Collision, but things did not go according to plan for me. However, I decided just to hold up on that one and do it another time, maybe by itself. So, the idea what I'm gonna do, as always, if you're big fans of the Joshi Wrestling scene, then you're always on the right channel. So today we're going to focus on Sendai Girls' much recent big event, the top of the Joshi Wrestling. This one featured many matches. We have a hardcore match between the Queen of Hardcore, Dash Izako, and of course the Hiroshima Ghost, Sasera. So that's going to be one brutal match. And then of course we have three title matches. We have of course the Sendai Girls Junior World Championship. Chi Chi makes another defense, but this time against her rival, of course, Aya Sakura. As you know, she has pursued this belt once before, but the real question is, can she pull it off? Or once again, Chi Chi reigns supreme? That's going to be a very good question. And then, of course, other than the Stardom talent that have been making appearances in Sendai Girls, well, EXV members Micah and Hanako, better known as High Mate, they made the issue challenge for the tag team belt. So Red Energy, um, Mika Iwata and Miyuki Takase will defend the belt against them. And then finally, as you know, the final boss, Meiko Satomura, defends the Sendai Girls World Championship against, of course, Big Hash herself, Chihiro Hashimoto. So the real question is, will the final boss retain the belt or will she finally fall? That's going to be a very good question. And then finally, as you know, Stardom, we're still in Okinawa. We continue with day two, featuring, of course, the semi-main event, the 5-on-5 elimination match between both Hate and the Cosmic Angels. So, as you know, this is a preliminary match for the upcoming retirement match that could happen later on in April between Tam Nakano and Sayaka Mitani. And as for our main event, it features the Goddesses of Stardom tag team belts. We have a Stars showdown between, of course, Peach Rock, the icon Mayu Iwatani, and of course Momo Kogo. They take on the current and winners of the Goddess Tag League, Wingori, Hanan, and of course Saida. So the real question is, who will walk out on top? And then finally, as you know, we will do, of course, some news updates to give you guys updates on what's been happening in the world of wrestling, such as what events the promotions are throwing out, who's booked, what matches are set, including developments that are happening in the world of wrestling as we speak. So, let's get ready for another episode of Deleted Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Hey everyone, welcome to Deleted Wrestle Zone. All things that is pro wrestling with AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, wrestlers, matches, and championships. I am your host, J Rod here. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. This is a channel where we do a lot of pro wrestling reviews from various promotions, not only here in the United States, but also in Japan, Mexico, Canada, Europe, the UK. Anywhere in the world, pro wrestling is not as big, but it continues to grow. We also, of course, do discussion videos, talk about various topics such as the wrestlers themselves, the promotions, factions, storylines, whatever we want to talk about. We also, of course, do more news updates. If certain information was unable to be on this episode, we can either put it on the next one or on a separate video by itself. We also, of course, do real-time news updates to keep you guys on alert if something has happened in the world of wrestling that needs to be addressed ASAP. We also, of course, got the Unagi Sayaka Watch and various other cool wrestling content as well. So if you like what you see, please subscribe to us or click on that subscribe button. You'll be getting a lot of daily reviews and other cool wrestling content as well. But if you like this episode, please give us a like on the like button or a nice comment in the description down below. Now, all introductions have been said, so beam me up, Scotty. So let's begin with our first review, and this is, of course, as you all know, a Yoshi promotion episode. So let's begin with Sendai Girls. Okay, our first review, we got Sendai Girls with the top of Yoshi Wrestling. This took place recently on the 19th of March. Now, this is one of their bigger events, so let's buckle up and begin from the very beginning. Our first match we have coming all the way from Marvelous Maria taking on Manami. So I wasn't too sure what to expect of this match. I mean, I have witnessed Maria grown up from the very beginning. I mean, she was a snotty little brat, and now she has grown up to become far more better as she's been. I mean, not to mention winning the tag team belts with Rigo Kawahara, but now she's facing one of the homegrowns in Sendai Girls, Manami. Now, many of you may question this match would have been in favor of Manami since she is a homegrown, but somehow it was Maria who picked up the win with the pinfall 1, 2, 3, and just like that, it was over. I'm sure Manami is disappointed that she lost in this fashion, knowing too well that she lost to another person from another promotion. Now, our next match, we have an 8-woman tag team match. We have, of course, coming all the way from Wave, Honoka, Zones from Evolution, Yuria Suzuki, and of course Yuna, who is a homegrown in Sendai Girls. They take on, of course, Yu, Mina Samuels, Benny, and Lena Cross. Now, I don't know what to expect, but however, when it comes to Yu, she is a very big individual. You know it's impossible to take. I mean, well, you know how strong she is. And of course, don't forget we had Lena Cross and Benny. They were the former Sendai Girls tag team champions, but you don't know what to expect when it comes to that. However, this match ended with you doing a big body splash onto Yuna. She might have pancaked her, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Our next match, we have Shin Sakura Hiroda taking on Jaguar Yokota. Now, the one thing you need all know to know about Shin Sakura Hiroda, she is the one person you don't want to be around because A, she'll put something up your butthole, and that's the last thing you need because you'll be sore in the morning. However, sometimes it's rare for someone to try to play her game, and Jaguar Yokota actually applied that. She actually went up the butthole, and just like that, one, two, no, well, not just like that. She put her in the beginning of the tray. My notes said something else, but anyway, she put her in the Cobra Clutch, and of course, she tap out. So I'm sure the pain of what happened to her butthole and putting her in a Cobra Clutch is excruciating pain. So we'll see where that goes from there. Our next match, we have of course 6-woman tag team match. We have Yurika Oka, Shikayo Nagashima, and of course Ryo Mizunami taking on Takiko Inoue, Kyoko Inoue, and of course Aja Kong. So basically, you got 3 veteran Yoshi wrestlers on one side taking on a team that's been very interesting. But however, how would this plays out? I mean, you look at Aja Kong, much like what we saw with you, she is a big individual to take down. But however, Aja Kong was the one who was able to pick up the win when she applied a big elbow onto Oka, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Now, our next match, we have a hardcore match. We have Risa Sarah. All of you know her from Prominence, and of course, no, she's also dubbed the Hiroshima of Ghost. You know, since she is from there, taking on Dash Shizako, who's been dubbed as the Queen of Hardcore. Now, we all know it about Risa Sarah. Her act is being involved in hardcore and death matches, which is her wheelhouse. But however, when it comes to that Shizako, she is in her element every single time. I mean, she's the kind of person who refuses to give up, no matter the task. I mean, you know the kind of plunder that they'll bring: tables, ladders, and chairs, and all that stuff. But however, Dashizako took it further by trying to wipe her out outside the ring by jumping off a structure, landing on her on the table, which it worked, and then finally putting her away when she put her on a stack of chairs, and then she went up the ladder and jumped off and applied a frog splash, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, she wins the match. Now, our next match, this is for the Sendai Girls Junior World Championship. Chi Chi makes another defense, and this time against Aya Sakura. Now, this is not the first time these two ladies have dealt with each other. The first time they dealt with each other was during the tournament finals of the Umajaja tournament, which is a tournament for wrestlers who with less of 3 years of experience, which of course Chi Chi and Aya Sakura fit in the category. And of course, this is one of those belts that Aya Sakura has pursued before. But the real question is, you ask, can she finally pull it off? I mean, we have often talked about Chi Chi, what a prospect wrestler she is when she first bursted on the scene. And Aya Sakura, we have seen her, how much she has grown as well. I mean, coming back from her injury last year and now adapting better. I mean, she has become better as a tag team and a singles wrestler. And now she's facing against Chi Chi. And of course, in her corner, she has the Cosmic Angels by her side. Don't forget, uh, her teammate and also rival Sayaka picked up the win as the Cinderella winner. But now this is her chance to shine. But however, you would all think that Sakura would try to finish her off with her usual kicks. Well, it did not, because she applied a German suplex, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, she wins and becomes the brand new Sendai Girls Junior World Champion. And of course, one thing you gotta know, the Cosmic Angels were so proud of her, especially Tam. Many people can say that Tam's always favored Kurara, but however, Tam is the type of person who, in fact, cares about both rookies because she wants them to succeed, because she wants to ensure the Cosmic Angels are in good hands once she's gone. And I think that's one of those moments where, of course, she's seen the signs. But now the real question is, what does this mean for Aya Sakura as the new champion? But like I said before, on day one of the Okinawa show, she lost in a triple threat match against Hanako, and there is most likely Hanako could issue the challenge for that belt. So we'll see what happens until then. Now, our next match, we have the Sendai Girls Tag Team Championships. As you know, when Red Energy, consistently with Miyuki Takase and Mika Iwata, regained finally won these belts from Bobo Momo Banana. But however, after their victory, they were challenged by none other than Stardom's very own Mai Highmate, consisting of EXV members Hanako and Micah. Now, of course, we have been seeing talent making their presence known, the challenge outside of their usual respected promotions, especially for Stardom. However, the real question is, how would Red Energy will stop this? So, I mean, you got to remember, Micah has been trained by Taka Michinoku, who is a really good instructor. But however, she has Hanako, who is a big individual. How do you stop her? Well, you don't. Well, you put every ounce of energy to take her down like a log, and that's exactly what Mika Iwata did. She applied her usual kicks until she applied the buzzsaw, and just like that, she knocked her down. 1, 2, 3. They retained the belts. Now, our main event, we have, of course, Shihiro Hashimoto, better known as Big Hash, taking on the final boss in the Joshi Wrestling scene, Meiko Satomura. So you would think this match was interesting because, as you all know, Hashimoto is a student of Meiko Satomura. So the real question is, will the student surpass her teacher? That's always a good question. It's not the first time that something like this has happened, but somehow Big Hash was able to apply A big win when she applied the last ride, which is the power bomb, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, brand new Sendai Girls World Champion. So the real question, who will be the next challenger? Well, we just gotta wait and see. But as of right now, we are officially done with, of course, with Sendai Girls. So let's move on with our next review, and that is, of course, Stardom. Okay, so we continue with day two of the Okinawa shows with Stardom Spring Vacation 2025. So, as you know, we did, of course, day one already, so we're now in day two. Our opening match, as we speak, we have the rookies Ane Kanaya teaming up with Yuria Him and Akira Kurugane. They take on EXV members Hanako, Mina Shirakawa, and Maika. Now, of course, many of you would see that the rookies have shown some promising. We have seen that many times, especially when it comes to their debut matches. But however, when it comes to, of course, the rookies facing wrestlers with far more better experience, that's a different story. However, this match ended with Hanako applying a vertical suplex onto Kurugani, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, over. Our next match, we have a bit of a three-way match. We have Waka Tsukiyama versus Saki Kashima versus Miyu Amasaki. Now, when it comes to three-way matches, we all know things could go either way. I mean, Waka could pick up a good win here. I mean, not to mention she could pin Miyu Amasaki if she wanted to, and she and the rest of EXV could get another opportunity of the artist belts. But unfortunately, that did not happen. Amasaki was able to pin Waka, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Next up, we have singles action. We have Rian taking on Tomoka Inaba. Now, of course, when it comes to Tomoka Inaba, we all know she is no slouch. She is someone you don't want to underestimate, and some people call her Micah's little sister. Some of you may question why. Simple. They both were trained by the same person, Taka Michinoku. And of course, she can do the Michinoku driver. But however, in this case, sometimes Tomoka likes to apply the one shot, one kick, and just like that, she put her down. 1, 2, 3, it was over. Our next match, we have, of course, tag team match, and we have members from Hate consistent of Azusa Inaba and Rina, also known as Devil Princess. They take on, of course, Star's very own Koguma and Azuki, better known as FWC. So that's right. You probably can guess this is going to be a very interesting match. And of course, Rina is the type of person who will go out and try to prove her point, even if the wrestlers are older than her. And you know how she calls them shitty old hags. Well, she lost to these shitty old hags because they have far more better experience than them, and they have better cohesion as a team. And that's exactly what when Koguma applied the Kuma roll onto Azusa Inaba, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, adios, it's over. Now, our next match, we have God's Eye members consistent of Rana Yagami, Lady C, and Hina, our current future champion, taking on Neo Genesis, Zuzuzuki, Meisera, our current high speed champion, and of course, Azumi, 1/3 of our artist champions. Well, as you know, recent time we has been seeing developments when it comes to um, Neo Genesis regarding both Mace Seda and Suzuki due to misfires, miscommunications. So the real question is, will that happen again? Well, it kind of did once more when, of course, Zuzu misfired onto May and costing the match. It was, of course, Yuna Yagami who picked up the win into May Seda. We don't know what's going to happen, but however, It appears now the harmony between these two are falling apart, and many people are already deciding that this could be the end of Neo Genesis. We just don't know yet, but we will see what happens down the road. Now, our next match, we have a 10-woman tag team elimination match. We have the Cosmic Angels. Sayakura are this year's winners of the Sendai tournament. Aya Sakura are brand new Sendai Girls Junior World Champion. Yuna Mizumori, Sayuri Anu, and Tam Nakano. Now, of course, Natsupoi is out due to an injury, but she was there watching this. They take on the members of Hate, consistent of Raka, Konami, Momo Watanabe, Natsuko Tora, and of course Sai Kamitani. Now, of course, you would treat this as a preliminary match due to the fact that Kamitani and Tam will be facing off one last time in a loser's retirement type of match. So we'll get to that at some point. Now, this is how the order went down. Um, I Sayuri Anu pinned Momo Watanabe when she applied the pottering, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, she was out. However, Konami submits Yuna Mizumori with the triangle lancer. Mizumori had no choice but to tap. But however, we did see Konami and Sakura were eliminated when they went over the top of the ring. So just like that, they were eliminated. And then we see Ruka eliminating Sayuri Anu when she threw her over the top, leaving Tam to eliminate her also to the top. And then finally, Kurara and Natsuko Tora clash, but they eliminated each other outside the apron, allowing them to remove, leaving, of course, Tam Nakano and Kamitani. I'm assuming the real question is who will build up the momentum until their big match for next month. But it was, of course, Tam with the violet screwdriver, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, Cosmic Angels win. And of course, Kamitani is determined to prove her point that she's going to retire, but we'll see what happens. What happens there. Now, our main event, we have the Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Champions, Peach Rock, Mayu Iwatani, and Momokogo taking on the current champions, Wingori, Hanan, and Saida. Now, of course, it's interesting to see Peach Rock making a play for these belts. I don't she's the only one we haven't seen win a championship at all. But you would think that she will be put through the task. But however, in this case, it was Saida who picked up the win onto Momo when she applied a lariat, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. However, the next challengers is going to be another Star Showdown. As you know, as you remember, not only Wingori are the only two members that won the Goddess Tag League in the name of Stars, so was the FWC. That's right, Koguma and Azuki. So that's going to be interesting to see, so can't wait to see it. But so right now, we are officially done with all the reviews. Let's move on with our last and final thing, news updates. Okay, so welcome to our news updates. As always, let's begin with upcoming events. Prestige Wrestling has two upcoming events in the month of April. As you know, we have Roseland 11 that will take place on the 12th of April. They announced KZ and versus Kevin Blackwood, first time ever. And then finally, at the Las Vegas show, Nothing to Lose on the 17th of April, they announced, of course, local wrestler from here in San Diego, Jordan Cruz, will be making his appearance. Now, as you all know, recently we were supposed to have Tam Nakano versus Misa Kagura some point either in February or January. However, due to the situation, Misa Kagura was unable to participate due to health issues. Well, now that match is back and it will take place in New Blood 20th on the 27th of March. So this is going to be interesting. So I can't wait to see it. Now, as you all know, Tokyo Pro Wrestling has an event coming up in Las Vegas on the 17th of April. 3 matches have been confirmed, and all 3 titles will be defended. The International Princess title, Suzumi will defend her championship against Jada Stone. The Princess Tag Team belts will be defended. Hyper Misawa and Shoko Nakajima will defend their belts against Wakana Uehara and Yuki Kamifuku. And then finally, the top belt, Princess of Princess Championship, will be defended once again. Mizuki faces against the Pink Striker Miyu Yamashita. Now, as you all know, Texas Promotions, Texas Wrestling Cartel, will be in Las Vegas on the 18th of April. However, this is something I was not aware. Their tag team champions are, in fact, Kenta and Chase Owens. Yeah, so they'll be making their appearance. And then finally, as you know, on May 4th, we have GCW's We Still Don't Trust You. They'll take place. The GCW World title will be defended. Effie defends the belt against the cutest in the world. So that's going to be interesting to watch. So that's pretty much it for our upcoming events. Now let's talk about WrestleCon. As you know, I mentioned names from the last episode. However, another name has been mentioned, and that is Zoe Lucas. It's great to hear her name again. I mean, it's been a while, but I can't wait to see it. Now for our developments. Many of you remember seeing Ring of Honor this past Thursday. They introduced a wrestler named Sid Ellington, who made his debut recently on Ring of Honor. However, as you know, he did not win his match. He was defeated by Satnam Singh. But another information was foretold. He was trained originally by the Nightmare Factory. So it's interesting to hear that. Now, it's been a while since we heard from Jayme Hayter, as you probably ask yourself what's going on. Apparently, Jayme Hayter was having visa issues, but now it's been, of course, resolved. So that's a good thing to hear. Now, Mark Henry, as you know, he just signed a WWE Legends deal. So that means he'll be making appearances as a legend. And then finally, this one is an interesting thing. Many of you heard about what happened to Masahiro Takanashi. He injured himself. He got himself injured during a match with Chris Brooks for the KOD Openweight Championship. And this is exactly what I heard that was posted out. Let me pull it out for all of you. So this is what the update is. It says here that Masahiro Takanashi, who was injured at his neck at March 20th in Gordon Hall, was diagnosed with a severe with a cervical vertebrae on C5 and C6 fracture, the cervical spinal cord injury, and has result of examination. The surgery was successful yesterday, and the post-operation course is progressing. He is currently undergoing treatment in an intensive care unit. We are very sorry that we have unable to communicate with those who are concerned about him. We'll make further announcements as soon as the situation becomes clear. We apologize for any concern that this may cause to his fans and ask for your continued warm support for Takanashi. So yeah, so that's what happened. He injured himself on the C5 and C6 spinal, but I'm glad that he got the treatment. Hopefully he recovers 100% sooner, but I hope he takes it a little easy. So that's pretty much it. So let's just call it a day. Well, I hope everybody enjoys this episode coming up. I haven't decided yet, but however, as you probably remember, um, things did not go according to plan for me for AEW Collision. I may do that separately. So we just have to wait and see what happens. So be patient with me on that, guys. So I may have to do that video by itself sooner or later. But as of right now, I haven't decided yet. So we'll see. So we'll just wing things as we go. So until then, I will see you guys in the next DWZ time. Same DWZ channel. I must bid all of you adieu. So goodbye. And have a nice day. Bang.